Thinking of using Paid Memberships Pro for your membership website? In this review, we'll break down the good, the bad, and who it's really for. Let's get straight into it. Paid Memberships Pro comes as a free core plugin, right? But the features are quite limited. For example, to add a name on the checkout, we need to use a add-on, right? Which should essentially be in the core plugin. So there's little things like that where the core plugin's lacking. However, they do have it as an add-on, meaning if you're serious about creating a membership site, you do need to actually go ahead and purchase one of their paid plans. All right, so let's have a look at the back end, and then we'll have a look at some of the highlight features, pros, the cons, what's the support like, and then a few alternatives at the end of this video. All right, so I've already got it installed and activated. Now we can go through the wizard here. In fact, instead of going through this wizard, what we're going to do, we're just going to go straight over to the dashboard here. And we're going to do it manually. All right, so we'll create a membership level, and this will be a lifetime membership. So we can create these other options. If we want to approve a member, again, we need to go ahead and install their paid add-on. You can add gifting options as well. So again, I'm just going to select lifetime. Let's say pro. We can add a description, a confirmation message, and so on. Initial payment, so it's $197. It's not a recurring membership, so I'm just going to leave that on tick. All right, so again, this is another thing. Like if you want to go ahead and protect custom post types, then you do need to install their add-on for that option. All right, but for now, we can basically restrict access to basic categories and pages. Let's click on other settings. All right, we'll just leave this as it is. Let's hit save changes. And now I'm going to navigate over to our pages. Let's go ahead and click on our courses and required membership. We'll go ahead and say that you need to purchase our pro membership to get access to this courses pages. So let's hit save. Let's view page. I guess here we get an insight of what that notice looks like. And of course, we can go ahead and customize this messaging here as well. Let's get join and let's view the default checkout. It's a clean enough checkout page, so that's good. Let's head back over here. Other things you'd want to set up is if we go to, all right, so we're already in setting. So let's go settings and payment gateways. All right, currently this is testing. So we can choose Stripe, PayPal, and Braintree. Again, with other memberships plugin, like the AOV Up memberships plugin, you get access to over 30 different payment providers. Whereas here we've got, let's call it free. Right, so obviously these are different PayPal, PayPal Express, whatever, but it's still PayPal, right? So 3 major payment providers here. So it's not too bad. Most people use Stripe. If you're in the US or UK or one of those countries, then you most likely go ahead and use Stripe, right? So that's fine. We've got some tax settings. Again, that's really good. So in terms of features, I'd say the core plugin is quite minimal. I should mention as well that currently I'm testing with the pro version, not the free version. So if you see any features here that's not included in your version, it's quite possibly you're using just the free version. All right, so in terms of features, when we include the add-ons, then I'd say it's quite feature rich, but without the add-ons, it's pretty basic, right? Going into a pro, the pro of using this add-ons system is, let's say, for example, you didn't need a membership card, right? So if they were to build this into the core function of the plugin, it's just causing more bloat, right? With lots of extra features that you don't need. Whereas with this add-ons method, you can go ahead and pick and choose the different type of functionality that you need for your website. So a negative then would be, let's assume you needed 10 of these features, then it's adding 10 extra plugins to your website, which again will ultimately slow down your website. And it's just one more moving part to break, right? But essentially overall, in terms of features, I would give them a 4.5 out of 5 when you include their add-ons. Without the add-ons, they'll get 3 out of 5. But for most serious membership site owners, you'd go ahead and purchase the pro version. So again, as I mentioned before, there's functions like name on a checkout, which should be included in the free version, which isn't without this add-on. And of course, to get the add-on, this isn't a free add-on, it's a paid one. If we click on their pricing here, we can see it comes in their standard package, right? So we can get standard or plus or even enterprise. In terms of pricing, of course, for the first year, you'll get this discounted price, but the renewal price will be at this one, right? So we need to factor that in as well. So it's on par with what we see in the market currently. So these prices are pretty standard. In terms of support, providing you purchase a paid plan, you can go ahead and contact their support team. And now in terms of alternatives, I'll leave a link over to this article here, where we list a few different alternatives to consider, but you can go ahead and consider the AOVUP memberships plugin. Again, this has more payment options and more options in terms of content protection, right? So there's more options around protecting your content. Second, alternatives to paid memberships pro that I'd recommend is wordpress. Again, it has the same amount of payment providers, but it does have a more advanced content protection system over paid memberships pro. So I'll leave a link to this article in the description below. All right, so my final verdict on paid memberships pro: should you go ahead and buy it, shortlist it, or avoid it? I would say go ahead and check out the free version, see if it meets your requirement, and then have a look at their add-on section and see if it makes sense. Alternatively, I'll just go ahead and check out a few of the other alternatives that I've mentioned in this particular article.